Honestly, I just wasn't. It was a weird day. Reflection of yesterday is I hung out with my cousin. He had to go to work, so I went to work with him and then wandered around Silicon Valley. I realized that there's not a whole lot of awesome stuff to do when it comes to visiting like headquarters of big companies. Hey Pablo, I visited the Facebook headquarters, the Google headquarters, the Tesla headquarters. I walked by the Twitter, Uber, there's Instagram headquarters. Instagram's part of Facebook, and it was just really kind of unfulfilling. It was fun wandering around. Hey Gemma, it was really fun wandering around on a Facebook bike on the Facebook campus. Like I was not supposed to be on one of those. Glad to hear that, Gemma. Um, but I think one of the really interesting things that I discovered about myself and I think about travel is if any of you have seen that movie Into the Wild, where there's a guy that goes out to Alaska, he burns his money, he burns his social security card, and tries to just live out on his own and survive, and he ends up dying because he eats a poisonous plant, and and he can't his digestive system breaks. Um, he discovers that only true happiness can be reached with other people. Hey, Michaela. Hey, Hell Kitten. And I think what I'm realizing in a lot of this sort of mindful wandering that I've been doing is that there's not a whole lot of fulfillment in it. The best parts have been when I've been able to hang out with people. So, like yesterday, the day before, I got to hang out with Mr. Ferreira, who saw my Instagram post, like, "Hey, I'm in San Francisco too." Yesterday, the moments I got to spend with my cousin Patrick. Thank you, Gemma. I really appreciate that. Um, and I think when you go to foreign countries, it's really valuable to have a host, to have someone to help point you in directions, to spend time with. Um, because going to see a site, to see the site, most of it's pretty empty. Like Union Square, I walked up to it and I was like, this is it. But I think if I were with someone to be goofy with and make fun, like have inside jokes with, like it would have been so much more fulfilling. And there are moments where, I'm seeing these things and they're just like pieces of metal. They're just pieces of concrete. The headquarters of these places, like there's no one there that I knew. Hey, Alex. And because of all those things, the experience has just been really unfulfilling. So what I really recommend for people out there that are looking at their own travels is go with somebody. Have someone to spend time with when you're out there. There's I think it could be useful for some people to experience what I've done, which is just go individually, because I think you'll find that you'll come to the same conclusion I have, that there's a lot of issues that I saw, Gemma. Congratulations. Um, there's a lot of things that I think a lot of us will find on our own that this music is so loud I can't tell if it's annoying or not. Um, so yeah, I feel like it was probably really valuable for me to have that experience of feeling kind of lonely, feeling a little bit lost. Like yesterday, I was so exhausted when I got to the Googleplex, the Google headquarters, that I like literally found like a small patch of grass and fell asleep on it. I didn't spend my time there like exploring things and trying to meet people. Part of it, I think, is I've lacked the energy to. Oh, glad to hear it's just nice background sound. I feel like part of it is that I've lacked the energy to really try to make new friends. Um, as I've been wandering around San Francisco, I've made a couple friends, like just people that are walking on the um, makes it sound motivational. It's slightly loud, but I can hear you better now. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it makes for as you're walking around, it's easy to meet people that are walking on the same path as you. Like I've gotten a couple of people's numbers and stuff that say, hey, if you have any questions or like you need somebody to like point you in a good direction, like I can be here for you. Um, But if you're not intending to sort of create a relationship with that person, it's a little tough. Um, so yeah, I think it's valuable for people to recognize that being individual might not be all that it's cracked out to be, unless you're extreme introvert. Even then, I think you'd probably enjoy company or someone to share the experience with. Um, I'll say she's good. She wants to watch. Hey, it's all right. It always gets up a little later anyway. But yeah, so what I've done this morning was I contacted my friend Brian, who I got to spend some time with about a week ago because he was visiting Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And I'm excited. I'm hoping I can do some sort of live stream interview with him. He's a really interesting person. I really love the kid. He's pretty much the same age as me. Chemical engineer, really smart. He's been a teacher, and he really likes the alternative model of education rather than the sort of college prep thing. And I think you guys will really like him as well. He's very charismatic, very open. We did backflips together off of a bridge. That was a perfect example. Is we didn't do that much craziness, but because I was with him, everything just seemed so much more fun. Just because I was sharing it with someone. Yeah, and you cannot wait to interview me about this trip. Interesting. I don't know how much I'll be able to. I guess the meditation part I think will be a lot. Also, Brian has done the meditation retreat, so I think he'll have a lot to share with me about what to expect, what to gain from it, some practices to make sure I'm doing. He was saying I should definitely practice. So the reason I'm bringing him up is I just contacted him and realized that the next part of my journey is I'm going to get out of San Francisco. I'm actually going to go take a bus over to Reno, which is much closer to him, and we're going to hang out in the Lake Tahoe area where he lives in Truckee, California, and I'm gonna spend some time out there, and I know that it's going to be more fulfilling being with somebody that I know and love and spend time with them doing whatever there is over there, even if it's not San Francisco. And I'll be coming back to San Francisco after the retreat, which I definitely want to see, like the Golden Gate Bridge, which I still haven't done. But I have about an hour 15 minutes before the bus leaves towards Reno. So I'm gonna log off here. I wanted to make this just quick, but thank you and I hope you guys are enjoying the update here. I've been learning a bit about myself. I wish I had given you guys an update midday yesterday, kind of sharing my frustrations with individual travel. Let me just see that comment from Sleep Master earlier. A TV show I used to watch before my film and fell apart. It was Preschool Noggin was the coolest channel ever. I think it was the coolest channel ever. I swear it's tough being 15 years old and almost being a junior in high school. Life was better back in the year 2000 when I was a child. I used to watch on Noggin. Hey Josh. Interesting, Sleep Master. I could imagine that. Yeah, I was 10 years old in 2000. I know what you're saying. But I think the valuable thing that you can take away from being a little bit older, even though life might be tougher, if you can find a way to be mindful of it and you can look at all the problems that you're going through and how you're getting stronger from them, like the past 24, 48 plus hours, as I've been going through this individual experience of traveling, I'm really discovering what I want, which is that I want to be with somebody or people that I care about. So you can look at whatever obstacles in your way, what can you gain from the experience rather than saying, I wish I weren't having this experience. If you can look at it as something that you can learn from and grow from, then it makes the experience valuable. But if you're having moments where you're just hating it, you're mad that you're there, and you're not getting anything from it, it's lost time. But instead of making a lost time, consider what could you gain from it? What kind of value could you take from the experience? All right, I gotta go because I got about an hour till the bus comes, and I want to go visit the Landmark Center in San Francisco, as well as the Exploratorium if possible. I feel like I have a connection with really anyone that's done the Landmark Forum, as many people that have done the course have an idea of that. When does your meditation retreat begin? Hey, Dad. Meditation retreat begins August 1st, and actually Brian has offered to drive me over there from his place. So. Yeah, that'll be from August 1st to August 12th. It starts like August 1st night and then ends like the 11th and then slash the morning of the 12th. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go head out, visit the Landmark Center in San Francisco, get back to the bus, and then from about 1 p.m. to about 6:30, I'm gonna be traveling over to Reno and doing some journaling and maybe doing. I don't know if I'll be able to live stream on a bus, but definitely doing some meditation and reading and stuff. Maybe sleeping. My neck feels really weird. I don't know why. I think it's from trying to sleep yesterday, like in the grass. I just couldn't find a comfortable position. That's besides the point. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you all so much for watching and being here with me. I feel like, I think being live with you guys and talking with you and communicating and sharing my experience, a lot. You guys caring enough to be here for it really gives me a sense of love. Like I really feel the love coming from you all, and I appreciate it. So thank you for being with me through this process and this journey. It's really interesting. Your weekend, all right. Sorry, I gotta rant for a second. Sleep Master, you're not allowed to be bored. It is 1 in 4 billion chance. No, 1 in 400 billion chance that you're alive. There are billions of people that haven't gotten a chance to live because of the low odds of that. So I really challenge and want you to consider that because there's such a small percent chance that you could be alive right now, you are obligated to make something of that, whether that be creating something or just enjoying the situation you're in. I challenge you to write down 10 things you're thankful for and acknowledge that you can actually recognize that you can be lucky to have whatever that situation, even if it feels boring right now. As much as, no, weekends are not boring. Weekends are weekends. You are calling them boring. That does not make them boring themselves. That's our interpretation and our observation, our interpretation of the observations we're having. So, given that life is short, I want you to consider that we really ought not to be bored. You know that in the average lifespan, we'll have about, I think it's like 5,000 Sundays, like 5,000 of them. That's not that many. Like 5,000 Sundays is all you get. If you start calling them boring, that's one Sunday lost. And if there's only 5,000 of them, that's like a pretty significant amount of time that you're wasting in this one life that we get. We don't know what happens after. Either way. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay weird.